Hey guys, welcome back. Today, I just got a couple things to chit chat. We may work on some things. I have to find it first, as always, I went to the Last Stitch and took my string quilt in to be quilted. I'm so excited. To get that thing quilted. The lady that owns the Last Stitch is so amazing, and she said it'd be about a week. So in about a week, we're going to have a finished string quilt done. And I'm just going to, while we're chit-chatting, look through a basket because there's a piece of material I am wanting. And of course, I don't remember which basket it's in, but I think it's this piece right here. I think it's that piece right there. If it's not that piece, then it's very close to the one I was looking for. I was wanting just off-white. We're going to cut this fabric today. Put my glasses on for just a second. This is going to go with the square patches I've been making, blocks. And I just wanted something very neutral, something off-white to go. I think that'll be fun. We're going to make some sashing out of this. And I am going to show you how to make this square. I'm going to set this over to the side. And I'm going to... Did I bring my other little tripod back in here? Yes, I did. We're going to be making these. And these are so easy to make. So I'm going to flip you down. Flippity flip, flip, flip. I think that's about as far down as you will go. All you need to make these are a pencil or a fabric pencil. Let me take my glasses back off. And a ruler in your sewing machine. And a charm pack. So what I've been doing is taking 2 squares. And let's just pick some fabric. I'll take this kind of neutrally one and this pink one, and you're going to lay them right sides together. Super easy. You're going to take your pencil and your ruler, and you're going to make a line from one corner, just very lightly, to the other corner. And then you're going to take this over to the machine. Let's see. You're going to sew. You're going to sew not on this line, but beside of this line. So you're going to sew a 1/4 inch. So I put the side of my foot. Where's my other? Like that. I'm going to put the edge of my foot on the line and sew beside the line. And I'll show you. Make sure I'm good there. So you're sewing a 1/4 inch beside the line. When I get to the end, stop. I don't take my block off. I just pull a little thread out. I turn it. Put it back on there. Line my line back up. And sew down the other side. So now what I have is 2 lines, 1/4 inch on each side of the drawn line. Okay, that's what we have. I'm going to flip you back around this way. So now what I do is I take up my ruler and we're going to cut on that line, corner to corner. Just like so. So now what you have, and I'm going to open these up to the darkest side. Just lightly finger press. you have 2 half square triangles, or triangle squares. So now what I do is I iron these and I trim the dog ears. Let me move this out of my way for a second. I do not have enough room in here. Anytime I see anything on top of my sewing machine, I end up knocking it off. Let me see if my iron is not hot yet, because I've not messed with it. I've got to move it around or it won't heat up. It's a safety. See, it's already starting to warm up because I moved it around. And we're just going to press these. Just a very gentle press. So I've got them open. Okay, now I'm going to take my ruler again, and you can use scissors or whatever. I just like using my cutter, and I cut off the little doggy ears. So there is another set of squares. Okay, so now you have a set of squares. And I want to take 2 that's kind of contrasting here. So what I do is we're going to make a block like so. There's our block. So I'm going to take this one over to this one, line them up, and try to line up my bits there. And sometimes when I'm turning them, I get them kind of like, see what I did? I turned it. Sometimes I get it turned around. It is this side. So if you want to put a pin, I want to pick it up this way and flip it over. But I know it is, I'm keeping my finger on this corner. So I know that's the top, and that's where I'm going to start sewing from. Just lining up my squares back up. Just trying to get them kind of lined back up. And we're going to sew a 1/4 inch down the side. I'm going to leave that on there. I'm going to flip this one over. And I know this is the corner I'm going to sew from. I'm going to keep my finger on that corner so I don't turn my block around. That's pretty even. And keep sewing. So you could chain piece a bunch of these and put them together, which is what I did. I have a little cutter right there. So now we're going to open these back up, and I press one to one side. And I'm going to take the bottom one and get it open, press it toward the other side. Now, I will tell you something I have learned from working with charm squares. They're not all even. See how much extra I have on this side? And this is pretty even. I was off just a hair, but not bad. So I'm going to trim this off right now. Just a little bit. To make that even. And so now I'm just going to flip this to this. I'm going to try to get my seams nested pretty good there. That looks good. Some of my seams were like spot on. Some of them were off. If they were off, unless they were like a really majorly off, I did not break them apart. I just left them as it was. So I have this part going up, this seam on the bottom going down. And here is a finished block. Pretty close, not terrible. Still something I myself need to practice. All right, to press this block, I'm going to bring you guys over. Can you guys see? So I press from the back first. This just seemed to help me when I started pressing. And I just kind of pat it first with my hand the way I want it to go. I'm going to give it some steam. And notice I'm not going back and forth. I'm just kind of holding the iron down. Something that is taking me a little bit to learn. Not to just keep going over. It's called pressing for a reason. Suck you down. And I'm just pressing it and letting it steam. Look how nice and flat that is. And notice I'm not going back and forth. I'm picking the iron up and just setting it down. And once I have that, now I'm going to flip it over and look how nice. Again, I am just picking it up and letting it steam it. And there is our block. I'm going to trim this edge a little bit too. All right, I'm going to move you around again, like so. Just a little bit off of this edge. And that's how you make this block. Super easy. I have made 16 of these blocks. I've actually made more. I have some spares and I have a ton of charm blocks left. But I have 16 and I want to do a 4x4 and I'll show you why. This is going to be an extra block. I made that one just to show you guys. So I may make a pillow out of the extras that I have. Put my pencil up. So you guys know I was keeping all the squares in this box that some fabric came in. So here are my 16 squares. I'll lay this back here. So how this kind of came out, my box fell down. You know, something has to fall in every video. It don't matter which channel I'm on, something falls. Okay, this just kind of came out how it did. I don't even know, but I went with it. I have 4 blocks that have patterns for every quadrant. It's patterns, every one. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of those blocks. Okay, this one I have 4 blocks where the white fabric is to the inside, and I did use a different charm pack for this one. This one could be ironed again. So I have 4 where the white is to the inside. I have 4 of those. How do I have those done? Like that. I have 4 where I have white on the inside and white on the outside. I don't know how I did it. I just somehow it did. But I have 4 like that. And then I have 4 just with a white to the outside. So 4 of those. So I'm going to do, white to the outside. So I'm going to line these up with one of each block in 4 rows. And I'm going to stagger the layout in each row. But I need some sashing for in between. So I'm going to take these and lay them right up underneath my table here and hope they don't fall and go everywhere. So I'm going to use this as my sashing. Let me take this extra little bit that I had. And where did my box fall down to? I see it. So I think I have 3 yards of this, and I need to clean it because my cat likes to get up on my sewing table. And there's a little bit of cat hair, I think. But it looks like the spots I'm seeing is in the weave because I just lifted this up. And this has been folded the whole time. And there's spots like through all the material. So that is just the material. That is just the material. That is not him. Because I was like, he got this so dirty. Nope, that's just this material. And I have not had this open. I want to cut some sashing. So I'm going to iron. Open this up and iron. Just to get some of these wrinkles out so I'll have a better cut. Turn you guys where it's been folded. Just want to get some of that wrinkle out. Get some steam. So we're just going to iron some of this. Try not to burn myself. Just get some of these major wrinkles out. Why she's watering so bad, I don't know. Okay, one more section, I think will be good. Okay, scoot my ironing mat back over and turn you back around. I don't have a huge space. I have a huge table. I'm going to fold it this way. So we can just cut across. Try not to touch my iron. And I'm kind of leaving a section here where I can cut off the selvage. And that's good. I have a new ruler. My hubby's like, another ruler? I'm like, yep, another ruler. So I'm going to line the line up on this fold here. And we're going to go ahead and square up an edge. It is about time for a new cutter in this blade, but I'll let my hubby do that. I don't do it. Because you guys know, I am a klutz. And I will end up taking off a finger. So I'll let my hubby do that fun stuff. So I'm actually going to cut this. And I'm going the wrong direction because I am right-handed. The width of this ruler I need some of those little, see, I scooched and I got off a little bit. The little grippies. I'm going to have to turn the fabric around the other way. There's no way I can cut it like that. There we go. See, I got that off. I'm going to turn the fabric around so I can get it cut straight. That's just not gonna, I mean, this is cut even. It's even with a ruler. But it's just too hard for me to try to cut it that way. I need to turn it where I'm cutting from this side. Square the side back up. Okay, so I need it going this direction. And I can handle it better. I'm always learning what to do, what not to do, and it's mainly from just trial and error, because I really have nobody to teach me other than YouTube. Watching YouTube videos, trying it myself. So I'm just gonna put that edge back where it was and cut some more strips. See, now I'm on my side. There we go. I'm going to line up this with a fold. Make sure it's even up through there, and it is. No slipping that time, and a clean cut. Very good, Shannon. There we go. See, sometimes you just have to try it, and if it doesn't work, find what works. This ruler needs those little grippies on the bottom. So I'm just going to cut some strips from this because I don't know exactly how many I need. So I'm going to cut a few. And if I need more, I can cut more. If I cut too much, I can use it on something else. So no big deal. It will not get wasted, trust me. Okay, we'll cut one more. And then we're going to put some squares together. Oops. Yep, it is time for a new blade. All right, so there, I've cut some strips. I'm going to fold this back up. See, I still have a ton of fabric left. I think this was 2 yards or 3 yards. I don't remember. Like a muslin. So there's still a ton of that left. Plenty, plenty. And we'll lay that right there. So now I'm going to take my lovely squares. And I'm going to take one. Then I'm going to take one of the other ones. I want to figure out how I want to lay these out first. And then I'm going to take one of the other ones. And then one of the other ones. And we're going to put sashing between each one of these. So we have white, 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 and then we have no white. That's the only kind of crazy thing. Is this one has no white. And it just kind of worked out that way. I ran out of white squares. So I think I like that layout there. Alright, so I'm going to do this square, then this square, then this square. And I'm going to take a piece of my sashing. I'm going to go ahead and cut off line up my line here. Some selvage. Get it to open up. I'm going to sew this down, and then I'm going to just trim it. I think that's how I just sew it down, and then I'll trim it. I'm going to press it to the square just slightly, and then I'm going to just trim off this tails. Line up my line here. And then I will take this to the iron, and we're going to press it to, well, it's really wanting to go to the center, but I hate that when you can see the back of the fabric. So I really want it to go this way, but this seam right here is so thick. It may have to go that way. That's the way it's wanting to lay, and I'm not going to fight it. So I'm going to grab my next square. Let me lay these up here. And you can turn it if you don't like these pinks. These pinks are like super close to each other. I think I want to break that up. Here's another one where it's just a little bit big. So I'm just going to trim some of that off. And it's going to be very scrappy, so it doesn't really matter which way you go. It's going to be very scrappy. And that's what I like. Oh, I hit a seam right there, so it's wanting to bunch up just a little bit. There we go. All right, let's iron that and see how that looks. I'll iron it from the back first. I'm just pressing, not really. I don't know what I feel, because I think it should be white. What do you guys think? I'm thinking I need white. Yes, I think I'd rather have white. All right.